My name is Pat Iyer. I have been a legal nurse consultant since 1987. I assist nurses to become more successful legal nurse consultants so that they can grow their skills. If you're seeking ways to get more clients and increase your visibility, consider writing a book. Writing is a very credible way of getting clients. Showing that you're an expert in the subject matter is very important. Think about what expertise that you have that's unique to you and valuable to the audience that you are trying to reach. Getting published is not as daunting as it may seem. You can complete books in a number of ways as the sole author, the editor, or the co-editor. There's also really no escape from the fact that if you want to create this book, it's going to be work. You're going to have to look at your life and say, how can I fit this in? I've written books when I've had young children. I've written books when my children have grown and are no longer in the home. But there has to be something in your life that has to give. It's sometimes very challenging to set aside time in order to write. I worked with a co-author who didn't understand that concept, and she tried to do everything that she did before. She found it to be very stressful when she added writing and she was editing chapters. She was not willing to set aside anything in her life. I don't recommend her approach. Here is a tip for creating a book. In other videos, I have talked about how important it is for you as a legal nurse consultant to have a website that incorporates a blog. You have the ability, if you use a WordPress website, which is a very popular platform for websites, of assigning a category to your blog post. Let's say you're a legal nurse consultant who wants to write a book about personal injury. Attorneys need to know about medicine. An easy way to get started on such a book is to write several blog posts about personal injuries. Focus on back injuries, fractures, abdominal and head injuries as starting topics. Assemble the blog posts into chapters. If you use WordPress as your platform and you have kept up with putting a category for each blog post, you should be able to easily find those ones that fit the topic. Is there overlap, redundancy, or outdated material? Set those blog posts aside. Next, assemble them into categories and add articles that you may have written about the topic. Determine if you have enough to fill a chapter, however long you define that chapter. I can't tell you how many blog posts you need to create a chapter because it really all depends upon the length of your blog posts and the desired length of your book. You may need to write additional sections or transitions to link up those blog posts. Determine if the material needs to be supplemented with an introduction to each chapter, additional content, and a conclusion. Think in terms of writing an introductory chapter and a foreword. Have someone who has good editing skills go through your manuscript to give you feedback and refine the word flow. Then you're ready to self-publish on a platform like CreateSpace, the self-publishing wing of Amazon. They are easy to use, they have easy to follow directions, and the advantage is that your book will gain a spot on Amazon. I go into a lot more detail about publishing in my book, How to Get Published, which was published on CreateSpace. Get it at the link below and start building your credibility and your client base. While you're on patiyer.com, grab your free ebooks. And please subscribe to this YouTube video channel and leave a comment below.